this was our statement. And the missing part goes now, like so. Int main, open paren, close paren, open brace, our statement, close brace. And this thing that I just wrote is the main function. We can think of it as a wrapper of sorts that we have to put around our statements to make them into a valid program. And voila, we now have our first valid C++ program. If you will remember, programs describe computational processes. So, what process is described by this program? In general, the way we find an answer to this question is by carrying out the program. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. The way we carry out a program is that we carry out all the statements in the program. This program consists of a single statement. This statement here. A statement is made out of two parts, as we said. An expression and a terminating symbol, the semicolon symbol. The meaning of this expression is the value, 8.13, that we obtain by evaluating the expression. But what is the meaning of the semicolon symbol? Other than a way to demarcate ends of sentences, it says to the reader or the executor of the program to discard the value of the expression preceding it. Now this is most bizarre. I mean, why even go into an effort of obtaining a value to an expression if we are to throw it away in the end? So don't blame me, it's not I who designed this masochistic language. But to cut the long story short, the reason why this program is useless is because we're not communicating the result to a prospective user. In some sense, it's analogous to a situation where you ask your friend, what is the result of adding 3.14 to 5? And he, upon having obtained the result, remains silent. Now that's something you normally wouldn't expect to happen, because in your question the demand to communicate the result was implicit. On the other hand, in programming, we have to make the extra effort and make that request explicit. And the way we do that is by virtue of a magical word called cout, written like this. And it stands for character output. And what it does is that it outputs results of some computations to an interface called standard output. What is standard output? Well, it turns out it's a rather involved idea. So, for the duration of this lecture, I'll simplify things and pretend that the standard output thing is this here whiteboard. So, all of our programs will be printing out their results on the whiteboard. That's good enough for the purposes of this lecture. So, let's rewrite this program in a way that will make it possible for it to print out the result of this here statement. And we're going to do that using the cout magical word, like this. I write cout, and then I employ less than, a strange digraph. I'll come back to it. And the expression we had before, 3.14, and the semicolon in the end to demarcate this statement. What is this? This is an operator called the insertion operator. what it does is that it takes the value, this is important, the value of an expression on its right-hand side and outputs it to the standard output object, or as we have agreed, in our case, on the whiteboard. So let's carry out the process described by this program. I'm going to make some room here for our standard output. Like this. Again, we carry out programs by carrying out all the statements written inside the main function. Here we have a single statement. And what it does is that it prints out the result of this here expression to the standard output interface. And that's 8.14. And that's all this program does. As you know from your personal experience, for people to appreciate your achievements, they have to be made aware of their significance. So what I'm trying to get to is the person viewing just the result of this program, the number 8.14, has no idea what this program was all about. So what we'll in general do is print out some extra information that will tell the user of a program what it has done. And that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to modify this program in a way that will explain what it's doing to somebody viewing just the result of the program. Not reading the program, but just viewing the result of the program. That's what we call the user of a program. Alright, see out, less than. And now I want to print out the message. And I have to do that this way. Double quotes. This is my third program. Double quotes. Less than, ENVL, semicolon. Let's discuss this statement for a moment. First novelty we have is this thing here, which is called a string. This whole piece of text between the double quotation signs is a string, which is short for a character string, if you can imagine such a thing. And that's what's going to get out to the standard out interface. Finally, we have this thingy here. It's also a magical word of sorts. Stands for end line. What it tells the reader of the program is to terminate the current line of output and proceed to the next line, as we'll see once I start executing this program. Finally, I have to do some useful work with this program. So I'll write another statement. Cout less than 5 plus 3.14 equals double quotation signs. I'll leave a less than, and then the expression we had before. 5 plus 3.14 less than ENDL. And I can finish up the program by adding a closing brace. Let's see what it does.